I was a butterfly, flitting around in the sky. Then I awoke. Now I wonder, am I a man who dreamt of being a butterfly, or am I a butterfly dreaming that I am a man? In the last decade, an astounding theory has captured public attention: the simulation hypothesis. In 2003, Oxford University philosopher Nick Bostrom wrote a paper titled, "Are You Living in a Computer Simulation?" In it, Bostrom presented this hypothesis with such a rigorous philosophical and probabilistic framework that it continues to have a significant impact to this day. Elon Musk recently expressed his opinion that there is an extremely low probability that we are living in base reality, estimating it to be 1 in a million. Ray Kurzweil, a computer scientist and artificial intelligence specialist, currently the director of engineering at Google, suggested that our universe could be an experiment conducted by a high school student in another universe. In the next few minutes, we will explore this fascinating theory of simulation or illusion, which has intrigued researchers and philosophers for decades and millennia. We will explore how various research and discoveries point to this possibility, and how these ideas intertwine with ancient traditions and philosophies, such as Hindu philosophy or Plato's allegory of the cave. We will also discuss how quantum physics and the observation of nature make us question whether we are truly in the base reality. Furthermore, we will discuss how a small elite could be using this knowledge to influence our minds and the reality we perceive, and how understanding these ideas can lead us to free ourselves and take control of our own reality. Stay tuned until the end to transcend the boundaries of perception and consciousness. The simulation hypothesis suggests that our perception of reality could simply be an advanced digital simulation created by some unknown higher intelligence. It is like being immersed in a virtual reality, but at a much more sophisticated level. Many researchers argue that the search for evidence of this alleged simulation will largely depend on the quality of the simulation. An effective approach would be to follow the example of the movie The Matrix. Look for glitches in the program. Some of these glitches could be found in the paradoxes in our physical equations. Along with the limit of the speed of light, they could indicate restrictions in the program that prevent us from navigating our simulation in real time, giving the program the necessary time to adapt. Other scientists argue that the most convincing evidence that we live in a simulation is the precision with which our universe is adjusted. The slightest alteration in any variable or natural force could destabilize the atom and the entire universe would collapse. Only a specific configuration allows the existence of our universe. In theory, the universe should not even exist. We could also consider the synchronicities that we often experience, which defy all probabilistic cause. Premonitions, precognitive dreams, and other so-called paranormal events, which science usually does not take seriously, but happen. Another argument is that the universe seems to operate on a basis of mathematical principles, similar to a computer program operating with codes. Some physicists recognize that, ultimately, the reality in which we live could also be based on a programming code. Professor James Gates, Jr. of the University of Maryland and former scientific advisor to President Obama, brought together a team of the world's leading theoretical and supersymmetry physicists, the brightest in this field. They began investigating what the ether of space-time is, that soup in which we reside and that constitutes our universe. They discovered the Adinkra codes, which have their origins in the ancient Dogon tribe of Mali, Africa. Although the Dogon settled in Mali after being expelled from their original land, they retained ancestral knowledge about these codes,